Here's Dye. He's had a nice night.
You know, I knew I was going to be able to come up in a situation to knock that run in.
There are over 42,000 people packed in here.
Oh, yeah, I remember that score. That score's 1-0.
It all starts with the Cleveland Indians versus the Chicago White Sox. The grind of 162 games starts right now.
2-2 pitch. Dye chops it past the mound, up the middle, on through into center field, a base hit. There's the first hit of the season for the White Sox, and it belongs to Jermaine Dye.
Oh, I do not remember the score from opening day.
1-0 the final. The Sox win over the Cleveland Indians. The home opener, the season opener, goes in the books with a W.
Same exact on. Nice.
Again, he's really got the kind of team that he envisioned when he took over.
As the season got going and progressed, you almost just slid right into it naturally, just by the style of ball. We were winning a lot of one-run games, two-run games, which brought us closer. Because like I said, without saying a word, there's an understanding of, okay, we can win these tight games. We can win these close games.
And another one-run victory. Here comes Crede. He scores for a White Sox winner. 2-pitch with 2 outs. Boone swings and misses. A White Sox winner.
You know, the trust in the pitching staff started to be there.
The pitch. Strike 3 for a White Sox winner. Strike 3 called for a White Sox winner. Mark Burley. First shutout of the season.
The trust in the hitters and making plays and scoring runs started to be there.
There comes Rowand on the run. He reaches, makes a diving catch. Here's the relay over to third, and he is out. You can put it on the board. Yeah. The ball's over his head, and it is gone. A home run.
It showed. It really showed.
Be the one thing the White Sox bullpen is missing.
So I think when Bobby came up, I mean, Bobby was kind of ahead of his time. I mean, there's a lot of guys now that throw like Bobby, but like when he first came up, I'm not sure there was anybody that looked like him from like a stuff standpoint, where he was, you know, hitting 100 on every single pitch with just a vicious curveball. And I mean, he was embarrassing guys, good hitters right away.
I don't remember my first jog out. I floated to the mound.
Just 24 years old. He gone, and this ball game is over, so Bobby Jenks comes on, strikes out 2 in his major league debut.
Immediately from day one. When I got there during the season, it was as if I already knew those guys. Rowand took me under his wing immediately. My thought process was, I'm in the big leagues, I'm gonna do a job, I'm gonna go get guys out, regardless of the role. Then Hermanson getting hurt and, you know, opened up an opportunity for me.
And it was just like, he just came in and took the bull by the horns, and that obviously solidified the back end for sure. We had a big lead. That would have been historic.
It was a really fun team to be around.
Dumb and Dumber.
Mike boy, check.
Look, you can hear us right now. Look.
The one thing I learned over the years, though, I don't care if you finish first or last, you're going to go through 4 or 5 different baseball seasons in one. And that season seemed to have the ups, the downs. It will, you can. Put it on the board. Yes! Big Frank's first homer ties the game at 4.
I don't think anybody wear his uniform better than Frank Thomas.
Swing and a high fly center field. He's got a chance. McCracken to the track. He's to the wall. It's gone.
And why not get the scoring going with the big man?
Thomas hits it deep, and it's 1-0 as he just hit his 97th career first inning home run.
And with Frank in that team, he helped us a lot. He like 14, 15 home run.
Here's the pitch to Thomas, and he swings and rockets another one. Way out of here to left field. It's another 3-run home run for Frank Thomas.
He's got the whole right side of the infield open to him. It doesn't need it. Oh my! That is 3 runs. Bye-bye. That ball is driven deep to left field, way back. Bye-bye. Number 12 for the big man.
But he couldn't play the way he thought he can play for us. Unfortunately, he got hurt.
Well, it was a key part that we were going to miss. You know, I think anytime you lose a Hall of Fame caliber player like Frank, his leadership as hitters, being able to watch him go about his business.
I remember I told the guy, say, hey, Frank is down, somebody had to pick it up.
The 1-1, a swing and a high fly ball to right field. This is going to go, and Carl Everett has just hit a home run.
Somebody had to step it up. It might be about 3 guys.
We were all out one night in Baltimore. Me and Crede and Rowand were in the hotel bar.
There were people coming in setting up a stage to, sing to the lounge. And when they finally started singing, it was a lady singing like French jazz, if that's the way to put it.
For some reason, Crede or Rowand yells out,
Joe says, play some effing Journey. So we start laughing.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
And the next day we were in Baltimore playing the Orioles and we were losing. It's kind of a joke on the bench that Crede and me and Rowand were yelling, play some Journey. And then the other guys were like, what are you guys talking about? And we told them the story.
The smell of wine and cheap perfume.
And for some reason they played Don't Stop Believin' and we came back.
And we ended up going out and just kicking the bejesus out of the Orioles. So the next day, the music that was on the clubhouse wasn't very good. And so Joe yells out, play Smith and Journey. We end up coming back home here. And we were taking batting practice and they were playing music that wasn't very good. And everybody started yelling up to the top, play Smith and Journey. So they started playing it.
We were just kind of joking about it. And once it got out there, it became like such a big deal. Kind of out of the blue. I don't know how the fans and media got a hold of it. And then the fans just got behind it and it became such a big deal. Fans were what really grabbed it and they made it into what it became.
And we went on a winning streak like nobody's business. I think we won like 15 in a row. And everybody was like, that's it, we're doing it, that's it. It's about Journey now.
Steve Perry was at the playoff games. I think he started in Anaheim and then he went all the way through the whole World Series. So he was there every day. He was a huge baseball fan. It was nice to have something for the fans to latch onto though, as a rallying cry or whatever it was. So that was really awesome.
In September, when we went from however many games up it was, 15 and a half or something, down to a half a game, I think it was. So we were probably around 500, maybe a tick under, I don't know. Cleveland was just could not lose, and it just tightened up to a point.
And Cleveland was the pain in the neck for a long time in that division, and rightfully so, because for most of those years when they were finishing ahead, they had all-stars up and down the lineup, even at DH.
Two of the biggest games for me was in the run Cleveland was having coming back. It was a really big moment for me. I had just blown back-to-back saves against Cleveland at home while they're making that push.
The pitch, a swing and a line drive to center field. Rowand backs up. He jumps and the ball's over his head. It goes to the wall.
Swung on, bounced towards second. Coming home with a tying run is Johnny Peralta.
You know, Ozzie pulled me aside and said some colorful words, but the moral of it was, get your shit together because you're going to be back out there tomorrow. You're our guy going forward.
The support we got through that, I can remember some of the signs and just the encouragement, because it would have been very easy to get right into the same boat as us and kind of be negative. But the fans were great during that last stretch, and I think that kind of put us over the hump.
We win tomorrow, we clinch. I never have pressure, the night before, I was with Ozzie and the bar. I used to, get a couple of glasses of wine, and he like, we got a day game the next day. So he like, hey, you gotta go rest. I'm like, why? Oh, we'll be fine. So the next day, we go to the ballpark together. We went to the ballpark like 9 in the morning, and they already had the lineup. So I saw the lineup, everybody right-handed. Uribe came to me like, hey, what do you think?
Nice pick, and the gun, yes. Beautiful play by Uribe.
We're drinking champagne today.
Ball hit deep, he looks up, you can put it on the board, yes!
In the 9th inning, Tigers are down to their last out.
And the White Sox are the champions of the 2005 Central Division, yes!
The day we clinch, I think that's the best celebration we have.
What a season the Sox have enjoyed in 05. Strengthening the starters, strengthening the bullpen, adding more speed, better defense, and guys who could play. And they have picked it up.
The best part is seeing Frank Thomas at our hotel in Cleveland. We had just clinched and he beat us there outside with bottles of champagne, and it was good to see him out there when the bus pulled up, start sprinkling champagne over everybody. And it felt good that, he was still rooting us on even though he wasn't able to play with us.
We did the first step in what we're trying to do in the season. We've now reached the playoffs, so let's finish the season out. Let's get there and take care of business like we've been doing.
It was one of the best games, one of the most intense games, and yet one of the weirdest endings of any game that I can ever remember.
Another strikeout. Pierzynski is going down to first. The home plate umpire has now made a call and safe, and the Angels are already off the field.